We like to think we're in control. We think we choose our personality. We think we choose our fears, our habits, our beliefs about money, love, and what we deserve. But what if you didn't? What if 95% of who you think you are is just a program you downloaded before you even knew how to think? The movie, The Matrix, isn't just about science fiction. In many ways, it's a documentary. And the matrix you are living in wasn't built by machines. It was built by the first 7 years of your life. Let's look at how the brain works. For the first 7 years of your life, a child's brains operate in a lower frequency called theta. Theta is the state of imagination. It's why kids can turn a cardboard box into a spaceship. But theta is also the exact same brain state used in deep hypnosis. For 7 years, you are in a state of hypnosis. You are a sponge. You aren't consciously choosing what you believe. You are just downloading everything around you, how your parents, family, and people in your environment handled stress, how they talked about money, what they believed about God, religion, love, worthiness, and struggle. You absorbed it all. You didn't have a filter. You just recorded it. And this makes perfect sense if you think about it. Before you can become conscious, before you can make choices, you need a baseline. You need a program. Imagine buying a brand new phone. You take it out of the box, turn it on, and try to play a song. But nothing happens. You get frustrated. You think the phone is broken. But then someone points out the obvious. You haven't downloaded any music yet. How can it play a song if it has no files? Therefore, nature designed your first 7 years to be the download phase. You absorbed everything. You downloaded how your parents argued. You downloaded their fears about money. You downloaded their insecurities, their beliefs about love, and their limits. You absorbed the programs of the world around you. And those programs became your operating system. But here's the human problem. We grow up. We turn 20, 30, 40. We think we are making conscious choices. We read the books. We set the goals. We try to change our lives. But we keep hitting the same invisible walls. We keep repeating the same toxic relationships. We keep struggling with money in the exact same way our parents did. Why? Because psychology and neuroscience shows us that 95% of our daily life comes from the subconscious mind. Only 5% comes from the conscious, creative mind. You are trying to change your life with 5% of your brain, while the other 95% is running a program installed by a scared, stressed out adult when you were 4 years old. But here's the painful truth. For thousands of years, those in power have known this. There is even an old saying, catch them young, and they shall be yours forever. From ancient empires to modern institutions, they understood one thing. Control the child, and you control the adult. Control the adult, and you control the world. Think about the early days of colonization. The empires did not send soldiers first. They sent missionaries. And the first thing those missionaries built were schools and churches. Why? Because they knew if they could get to the children early enough, those children will grow up carrying new belief system urged so deep into their minds that it will put them at war with their own elders, their own culture, their own roots. Look at the slave and the slave master relationship. The most effective tool of enslavement was never just the chain. It was the mind. Teach a child that they are less than. Teach them that they were born to serve, born to obey, born without worth. Do that long enough, and you no longer need the chain. The program does the work for you. The slave begins to police themselves. The slave begins to police each other. That is the most dangerous prison ever built. One without walls, no locks, and no guards. Just a belief, planted early, running silently in the background. That is the power of early programming, like a taproot driven deep into the earth. Those first beliefs become formidable, seemingly insurmountable, yet they can be overcome, but only through exposure, awareness, and the willingness to understand where the root was planted in the first place. This is why the poor stay poor and the rich stay rich. It is not about intelligence. It is not about luck. It is about the subconscious programming installed when you were in Theta. If you were programmed with fear, lack, and unworthiness, that is what your subconscious mind will create. Let me give you a personal example. Growing up, every time I asked my parents for McDonald's or KFC, the answer was always the same. That food is not good for you. And as a kid, I believed it. But deep down, I knew it was not really about the food. It was about the money. Every dollar in our household has a job. My parents worked multiple jobs just to keep the lights on. We were not poor, but we were the kind of family where you felt the weight of every expense. No road trips, no vacation, no little treats, just survival, budgeted to the cent. Nobody ever sat me down and said, money is scarce, be afraid. They did not have to. I absorbed it. I recorded it. I felt it in the silence at the dinner table, in the excuses about fast food, in the way my parents carried themselves when the bills came in. So when I got to college, when I started earning my own money, I could not spend it. Even when I had it, I hoarded it. Save, save, save. But for what? For who? The program was still running. The fear was not mine. It was theirs, and I had downloaded it without ever knowing. It took a conscious decision, a deliberate, uncomfortable choice to start treating myself, to buy something nice, not out of recklessness, but as an act of reprogramming, as proof to my own nervous system that it was safe to receive. That is what breaking the cycle looks like. Not dramatic, not overnight, just one quiet, conscious choice at a time. So what do we do with this? Do we stay victims of our own programming? No. You are a creator. You are a spark of the source having a physical experience. You are not the program. You are the awareness observing the program. First, you have to stop judging yourself. The fear you feel when you try to start that business, it might not be your fear. The anxiety you feel in relationships, it might not be yours. It's just a downloaded file playing on a loop. The first step to breaking free from the matrix is simply waking up to the fact that you are in it. You must observe your life. Look at the areas where you struggle. That struggle is not a curse. It is a mirror showing you exactly what program is running in your subconscious. Therefore, you must begin the work of reprogramming. You must move from being the software to being the programmer. How do you do this? You must return to the states where the mind is moldable. Through repetition, through deep meditation, and by consciously choosing love and awareness over fear, you rewrite the code. You begin to create from your true divinity rather than the hypnosis of your childhood. Creation is not magical thinking. It is the hard, quiet work of seeing the old program and choosing not to click play. The red pill is not conspiracy. The red pill is responsibility. You were programmed to forget who you are, but you have the power to remember. You have the power to manipulate the energy of your life to positively impact this planet. Do not be afraid of the program. Just rewrite it. You spend the first 7 years of your life downloading a script you didn't write. You can spend the rest of your life rewriting a new one. Wake up. The pen is in your hand.